always takes me a second to show up. But yes, I am here, and I am happy to once again be continuing my Blender 3D journey for you all to watch. Hello, my name is Alexander Trapp. I always introduce myself as the founder of It's a Trap Productions. I am the Lord of the Thick, but I will not be playing games right this instant. I might do another stream later to play some retro games, which I know I kind of promised on different occasions. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how I'm feeling. But today, we're getting down to business so we can make things. That's what this is all about. And I think what I'm going to end up doing, since this is officially day 8 of my learning Blender 3D, is I'm going to make a quick like YouTube short video compilation of just everything that I've accomplished in the first week. You know, the actual like 7 days I devoted to actually trying to learn the program. So yeah, I think that'll be a nice thing. So like every time I do another 7 days, I can make another compilation video. Be like, this is what I learned over these 7 days of doing live streams. This is the finished result. So welcome Sean. Thank you for being here in the chat. Welcome anyone who is watching on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Thank you everybody. And thank you for coming along with me on this journey as I try to learn these things. And, you know, I've got lots and lots of plans for new animation projects. And it's been many years of my just being like, man, I wish I was good enough at 3D animation to make these things. But here we are. I'm actually getting this done, and doing this in a live streaming format seems to be helping me to move along, to push me onward to get this done. Oh, also, I kind of want to talk about something real quick. I'm going to go to the scene over here, and then you can see the new donation meter up there, and I'm gonna bring it back to this scene over here. I'm gonna paste reference, and there it is. So I am trying to save up to buy a car. I've driven before, but I don't currently own a car. Anytime I've driven around, I've been using my oldest brother's car. So now I figure it's time for me to actually buy a car. I'm saving each month. I've already saved up the amount that you see there. And I'm gonna keep on saving each month, whether if anyone wants to help out or not. I would appreciate if anyone does, because this is gonna be the main thing that I'm saving towards for the remainder of this year. I've calculated about how long it will take me to have the down payment funds. So yeah, there's that. So if anyone wants to help, I would be very grateful, but no one has to, because like I said, I will be saving towards getting a new car myself, and I'll be able to handle all of that on my own. But hey, if anyone wants to, it would definitely help speed things along. So instead of having the funds by the end of the year, maybe we could speed it up so that it's like maybe November or October. We'll see what happens, but that's going to stay up for the remainder of this year until I have the funds. And you'll see the funds incrementally increase each month as I save towards it. So with that out of the way, actually, I should make that a new timed message in the chat. Well, I'll do that after today's stream is over, but the donation link is, of course, in my YouTube stream. It's in my Twitch stream. I don't think I have a link set up for Kick yet. I'll have to see if that's something I can, if I can put on there. But I'm not monetized on Kick, so yeah. All right, anyway, let's get on with the matter at hand, which is doing the next lesson in Blender 3D, aka Goo Engine, because I want to make 3D anime. Oh yeah, let me show you guys something, because I actually loaded up this model that you see on the splash screen. Let's see here. I think, yeah, here it is. Emily Rigmaster GE, which is Goo Engine. So this is what, let's just go ignore that. This is what this model looks like when it's not fully rendered out. And then when you click, let's see, I believe it's this. No, this one. And then you can kind of see like all of the different faces and things that you can select to manipulate the model, which I'm still learning how to do. Actually, I think I need to go to layout. Yeah, that's where I need to go. I need to go to layout. And then these are a bunch of notes over here that I have not read yet. And then we click this, and then that, and there we go. And so that's what the model looks like. This is eventually what I would like to start doing once I learn how to model characters. I don't know how to completely move this model around just yet because I'm still learning how to do basic rigging and all of that. But yep, this is the model. Dylan Goo named it Emily. And it looks great, especially with all the lighting effects and all of that. I don't know where well, actually, the character appears to be in the camera, if I'm looking at this correctly. I wonder what it looks like if I just go to render real quick. I think render is F12. Will she even appear? Oh yeah, there she is right there. So one day, I hope to make that. That's what this is all leading to. So hopefully we can get there. So I'm going to click this off, and then I'm going to go to new and general. Actually, you know what? Before we go to the normal screen, I want to show you guys one other thing. I did download some models for Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. So let's take a look at Anakin here. We're going to go to Don't Save. So we're in layout mode. Let's go over here. And then I think this is full render. I don't think this model was meant to be rendered in Goo Engine. I think this was meant to be rendered in Blender itself. Can you boost your mic just a bit? Yeah, let me take a look. I thought my volume was at 70%. Yeah, it is at 70%. I guess I'm just not sitting close enough to the mic. I'll boost it up to 80. There we go. All right, we're at 80% now, so I should be a tad bit louder. There is no camera here. Much better? All right, thanks, Sean. Yeah, there's no camera here at all. Can I even render this out? Yep, there's no camera, so I'd have to add one. Let's see. Shift A. Let's add a camera. Oh yeah, and of course it's going to be down there. So let's do G. I think that's the Y axis. Okay. And then we'll do GZ, raise it up. All right, and then I can hit 0. Let me do something real quick here. I know we're not even doing the lesson itself. I just doing this stuff just because I'm like, hey, this is interesting. All right, now let's try render and see what we get. Oh, He's popping in, kinda. Oh, but only half of him popped in. That's even worse than Darth Vader. Oh, wait, there's some more. Yeah, this character was not meant to be rendered in Goo Engine. It was definitely meant for Blender, like normal Blender. Mr. Proto, welcome to the stream. I will be working on... Hold on, let me get to the lesson itself so you can see what it is that I'm up to. Where are you, tutorial? Where are you? There you are. Let me click on here. Right now I was just having some fun in Blender, just sort of like looking at these different models that I've downloaded. But today's lesson is called Rigging and Weight Painting a Leg. So we'll work on that in a bit. I would like to try and do 2 lessons today. I should have time enough for that. But if not, and if I mess things up, we'll just do 1 lesson, which has kind of been the norm lately. Close that down. Yeah, a few minutes ago I showcased a model that was designed with Goo Engine in mind. In fact, let me go back to that. Go back to Open Recent. So this model is called Emily. Slim, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you guys. Yep, we're gonna go ignore. We're gonna go to layout. And then over here. And there we are. So this model is called Emily. It was designed with Goo Engine in mind because Goo Engine, which is what I'm using, is all about creating 3D anime. And that's what I want to make. And let me click the render button so you guys can see what this looks like without all of the notes and other stuff. Yep, so that's what the model looks like. And it looks great. So I hope to make stuff like this someday. This is what all of this is about. All of these lessons, which I'm going to be learning. Who knows how long it'll take, but the length of the journey isn't what matters. It's going to be the results. That's what we're all here for. And this is stuff that I would like to make someday. And of course, if you want to see, you know, more of what this looks like, you'll want to go to Dylan Goo's YouTube channel so you can check out his animations. So I'll put that in the chat so you guys can check that out after this stream is over, or you can check it out during the stream. Just come back, please. Alpha Proto says, you are getting farther than I did in junior college. The teacher just told us to follow the books we bought and ask for help if we ran into any trouble. She had no idea about CG animating. Yeah, I completely get that. And, you know, when I tried to do some of these, like, Blender lessons, like, let me come out of the one that I'm in. I started, let me drag this over here. So I started over here in Complete Blender Creator, Learn 3D Modeling for Beginners. And then I tried coming down here to Anime Character Creator, make 3D anime characters in Blender. And what I wanted to do, honestly, was just, you know, get in there and start animating, start moving the characters around. It didn't matter to me if I made the characters or not. I just wanted to learn, like, you know, how to manipulate the characters and get them to do what it is that I wanted to do. And this is not a bad place to start if, like, you know nothing about Blender 3D, which, you know, that's kind of where I still sort of am. But I just wanted to, you know, do stuff, not just make stuff. So I'm kind of going about this in an odd kind of place. In an odd way, you might call it unorthodox, where I'll start here and then I'll probably come down to here with character modeling, and then I might come back here because there's still a lot of good stuff to learn in this tutorial lesson itself. And then obviously there's other stuff here like sculpting a dragon, and then there's stuff about making video games and spaceships and environments, and then there's some other tutorials that I bought like character creation, environments, anatomy, and then something fun like this, Blender for visual effects, explosions, destruction, and physics. So there's a lot for me to learn. I'm probably going to devote every day that I can to learning this stuff. And I did buy other courses like learning how to, play the piano / keyboard, Adobe After Effects, C++ stuff in Unreal Engine 5, and even drawing on pencil and paper, which is still something I would like to do. I don't want to do everything in the computer, just mostly everything. So, let's see. Alpha Proto says, welcome, Axel. Alpha Proto says, in class, the first lesson was bouncing a ball through a hoop of fire. Let's see, Maya 9. The problem is Maya 9 interface was very unique. The info carried over, but adjusting to different user interfaces was something that kept me from using my Maya skill, so I forgot all of it. I think there is a way to change the interface in Blender so that it's closer to Maya, but I would have to research that again. Also, thank you everyone for sharing the stream out on social media. I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get more people coming along. We seem to get new visitors every day on YouTube and Twitch who are interested in my 3D animation journey. So yeah, like I know like this channel was kind of built up on gaming and gameplay, but this is always what I personally wanted to do. Not just playing other people's things, but making my own stuff. Alright, well, I'm going to, as I always say, this is paid content, so I am not going to rebroadcast paid content, so you're not going to see the tutorial itself. You'll just see the results of my, trying to follow along with the tutorial. I will play music as well, so it's not completely silent over here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. This is a great render, by the way. This is actually what my computer did, so this isn't a pre-made picture. I mean, the model is pre-made, but my computer actually rendered this out. So I'll be very interested to see how it does with rendering models of this kind of quality and doing action and animation stuff. And then there's also another program I intend to learn on using called Cascadeur, which uses AI to help speed up the animation process. Like you do poses and then it helps with all the in-betweens. I wonder if there's a Cascadeur. Well, there is a Cascadeur tutorial that comes from the official site. Let's see, is there one on Udemy? 3D character animation introduction with AI and Unreal Engine 5. Oh yeah, learn how to make 3D animations for your game characters using Cascadeur AI, enhanced 3D animation, and Unreal Engine. And right now it seems to be the only tutorial on Udemy right now. So I don't know, I might buy this later. I got a lot of other stuff to learn first before I try something like this. 2 lectures about Cascadeur. Very interesting. Alright, let's click this off, and we're going to go back to the normal, just the regular old companion cube from Portal. Okay. Oh yeah, there's other tutorials on sale right now too. Alright, let's go ahead and get the music started. I'm gonna once again play the soundtrack from Fast Racing Neo. Oh wait, this is Sonic before the sequel. Let me switch that over. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put the timer on the screen and then I'm going to start looking at the lesson, but if you guys have anything to say in chat, then feel free to do so and I will address the chat. And here we go. Alright, so first thing we're doing is hiding the camera and the light. Get out of here, we don't need you. Alright, so today we're making a leg. Hopefully we won't break it. Okay, so what does he have this at? It's like at 0.320. Okay. So, let's see. Scale, Shift Z. Yep, that'll do. It doesn't have to be exact because, like I said, we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to follow along enough so that this makes sense. Ooh, am I getting a sore throat? That's not good. That's not going to help with talking. Alright, I'm going to hit the 3 key on my number pad. This is going to change how my VTuber is hit one of his emotes, so bear with me for a second. Let me hit 1 over here. Okay, so back to normal. Back to formula. Is the music at a good volume, by the way? Is it too loud? Because I can turn it down. Alright, so we're gonna do G1? No, GZ. Bring it up. I think it looks like he has it at about here. Ah, yes, I see what he's doing. Okay, so slight rotation. Yeah, about that much. And then it's going to come down and be a bit more straighter, and then there will be a foot afterwards. Alright. So now we come back over here, Shift D to duplicate. Put it about there, I think. Let me look at that again. Okay. it's kind of like that. Actually, it might be rotated just a bit more. And then maybe grab. It's kind of like there, with a bit of crossover. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Like, this would be the knee joint over here. Oh, let me rewind that. Okay, then we're gonna scale it down a bit. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this. Shift D, bring it down here. And then he says hit Alt S. Now we got a big old blocky foot, but I'm sure we're going to scale it down a bit. Oh, great. Every time I hit Alt-R, it doesn't work. Let me see something. How to remove rotation in the engine. Rotation. It says Alt-R, but every time I try and do that, it just doesn't freaking work! Yep, it already brought up the stupid NVIDIA thing. I wonder... Maybe I could just set the rotation to 0 on in Goo Engine instead of trying to do Alt-R. Let me see something. Yeah, the rotation is set to 0, so that's all I'll do. Just hit 0. There we go. No big deal. Alright, and then we start modeling the foot. So first he scales the cube down to be very small. Looks like about that size. Again, it's not going to be perfect. And this leg is going to be extremely basic and kind of boxy looking. Place it on the floor. Well, it is on the floor. I threw it on the ground! Oh, maybe this might work. That did not work. Ooh, but I might be able to shut this down now. I got more NVIDIA stuff. This is really getting in the way of my trying to learn this thing. Oh, I could actually change this. Okay, statistics. Open, close the in-game overlay. Maybe I can change that to F1. Invalid key combination. Toggle microphone off. Toggle statistics. Okay, let's try something like, I don't know, Shift 1? Okay, that could work. Better yet, Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift whatever that button is. Whoops. Oh, no. Actually, that is what I want. Okay. Maybe I can actually get this to work now. They're completely accidentally falling into how to access the NVIDIA crap. Hi there, Tate. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I had to stop the lesson learning because the NVIDIA interface keeps getting in the way whenever I try to access something in Blender. So let me try something real quick. Control Z. Control Z. Alright, so now it's... Actually, let me rewind the lesson so I can remember how to do this. Right, Alt-R. There we go, finally! I just had to change that. Now, hopefully that won't get in the way. What was it? Alt-S? Clear scale. Well, alright. How you doing today, Tate? So let's scale this down again. Ah, Alt-Z. Oh, that might still be a thing. Oh, no, it's not. Hooray! Not bad. How about you? Doing alright. I managed to get the NVIDIA stuff out of the... Well, hold on. Actually, I gotta... Well, that can stay. That's not such a big deal. But yeah, there's an NVIDIA... like gaming stuff that's also installed on my computer, and anytime I hit a specific set of keys in Blender, it would access that rather than doing the command I was trying to do in Blender. But now I was able to get that out of the way, so that is no longer a thing. So now I can continue the lesson. Glad you figured it out. Thank you, sir. Right, tab. All right. Alright, then we hit E to extrude, about another box length. So we're modeling a very boxy and basic looking leg, and then we're going to probably add some bones to it and just move this around. And the timer is done. But I'm going to add another 15 minutes on the clock because I had to stop midway through and disable the NVIDIA stuff. And so we shall go again. Oh yeah, it's also currently 89 degrees Fahrenheit here in Southern California, so the temperatures are heating up. Yay. Oh well. Back to it. Alright, what's next? Alright, okay, so we're only selecting 2 vertices up here. Alright, and then... Whoops! Wrong window. Alright, back here. GZ. Kind of flatten the foot a bit. Yep, about there. Now I guess we get the toesies. Alright. The toesies. Those are some long toes. This goes a bit longer. Yeah, about there. Alright, so we're going back into object mode. Yeah, about there. So we're moving this down to about here. All right. Looks like we're going back into vertex mode, or back into edit mode. And looks like scale. Oh, nope. Okay. How did he do that? Was that Shift Z? He just said scale them down, so I'm guessing that's GZ. Or G scale Shift Z. I think. Nope. What did you do, Mr. Instructor? I must follow along with what you have done. Ooh, for a minute I thought I clicked off the chat. I'm glad I did not. Hey, Jor. Oh, you want me to moo, do you? Alright, well, for this, I guess I'm gonna have to actually turn on my webcam. And I gotta bring out Mr. Cow. I haven't done this in a while. Not since the, Jedi Power Battle stream. Where are you, Mr. Cow? There you are. Trying to hide, were ya? Hope you're doing well, Mr. Jorgogo. Appreciate you being here as I try to learn this program. So yeah, this is for everybody on Twitch anyway, who wants to request this of me. Don't wear it out. Jor says, I'm doing really good, thank you. You doing okay? Yeah. Yes, I am. Alright, switching over to webcam mode. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. And now, without any further ado, I present Mr. Cow. Moo. Moo. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Is it me or did you do something with your hair? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't comb it. I just kind of rolled out of bed and just started streaming, which is why I usually use my VTuber. Yep. Hair grew out and then I didn't comb it. So I've got a serious case of bedhead going on. Looks good. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do plan on shaving it off, though, so I'll be back to being bald and I match my VTuber again. So we'll see. My youngest niece always hates it when I cut off my hair. Like, look, you need to appreciate the beauty of the bald. It gives me strength. It gives me the power of the thick. Not the hair! I'm sorry, but the hair has got to go. But thank you for coming by, and thank you for requesting the power of the moo. Ah, if only Geekdom was here. Here he is, ladies, line up. Yeah, seriously. Maybe when I lose about 50 more pounds. I actually have lost a little weight. And it's funny, over the weekend when I attended my my niece's baptism, people kept asking me, hey, have you lost weight? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself since my doctor's appointment, where I was weighed in at about 260 pounds. So I got on my weight scale a couple of days ago, and my weight was currently at 255. And I'm just like, oh, I guess I did lose some weight. So, the funny thing about that, too, is that even though I've been exercising, like I've been doing planks to try and strengthen my core muscles, I have been eating, like, absolute garbage. Like, I had fast food the other day, I've had ice cream, I've had, like, not an entire chocolate bar, but, you know, just a little bit every now and then I find out I lost 9 pounds. How is that possible? Ah, jeez. So I'm trying to eat better, you know, I'm trying to drink a lot of water throughout the day. The only thing, like, sweet that I'm having right now is, whoops, not that webcam. What the heck? Why are we in darkness? No, not that scene. What the crap? Where's my webcam? Oh! It's the cover's on. Wow, I'm a genius. The only thing kind of sweet that I'm drinking right now is this coffee. You see, I got about this much left. So this is like a 20-ounce cup. Like, it's 22 if you fill it up to the absolute brim, which I don't. So I usually have about that much coffee. And then the rest of the day I drink water and I try to eat fruit, so... and then whatever it is that we have for dinner. Good for you. Seems to be working for you. Like, look, I'm not trying to, you know, eat badly. It's just, I'm a weak man. Sometimes. And then in other cases, I can be very strong-willed and I know what it is that I want. Also, I just realized you guys can't hear the music on this screen. So hold on, I'm going to do something real quick. We're going to go back over... No, wait, not to this screen. This screen. I'm going to copy this. And we're going to go over to the webcam. And then we're going to paste. And there you go. Now you can hear the music, and I'm going out of focus. And this is why I don't use the webcam, because it's just... It's such bull stuff. It's bull crap. I gotta wait for the camera settings to come on so I can go to configure video, then go to focus, and then take down the focus to 0, and then now I'm in focus again. So there we go. Alright, back to the VTuber. Where are we? There we go. Anyway, once again, Jor, thank you for requesting the power of the Moo. Lines up. Jor, I'm flattered, and I would hug you, but you know that I will not give you kisses. I'm sorry. You're very nice, but you know, it's nothing personal. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, also I have a new donation goal at the top of the screen. It's to save up for a car, which is what I'm trying to do. No one has to help, but if they want to, they can go to my Streamlabs donation link, either on YouTube or Twitch. Is that still there? Yeah, it is still there. And any amount will help. You know, if you want to do that, or if you want to become a YouTube channel member, which I don't really have YouTube channel member content right this instant, but I'm trying to work on that in between all of the Blender stuff. But yeah, donations, super chats, all that good stuff, bits on Twitch, paid subscriptions, all of it will go towards the car down payment. Actually, let me bring that down a little, because that's kind of blending in with, there we go. And then I'll bring the timer down here. And I'll put it down here to the right side of the screen. Alright. So, I'm gonna put, like, a timer, in the chat to remind people about that, as well as my Throne wishlist and my Steam wishlist as well. Though I think I'm probably gonna delete those to put more of the focus on the car down payment goal. Alright, that's enough prattling on from me. Let us get onward and back to the lesson. I'm gonna stop the timer and restart it. There we go. Alright. Now, where was I? I was trying to model this thigh here and make it thick! Okay. How did he do this again? I gotta go back to full screen. Wait, how did he do that? It did G and then resize? So, what is it? Grab? Scale? No, that doesn't seem to be it. Well, actually, maybe that was it. Let me look at this again. Like I always say, I have to watch these things repeatedly just so that it sinks into my head. So I gotta repeat certain parts over and over. And then sometimes the instructor will do something really fast and not exactly say what he's doing. So I gotta be like, wait, what? What did he do? Wheels are important. Not being able to get around really limits opportunities. I mean, it's not even that, Tate. It's just boring stuff like going to the grocery store or going to the doctor's office, which my mom and I have to do pretty often. And there's some specialist appointments that we need to get to. And yeah, not having a car to, just readily get into. There's also that. But the thing that really just sort of like kicked this off in my brain is we had to evacuate recently. And I've mentioned this before. There was a gas leak like a couple of weeks ago, and we had to evacuate, and my mom and I didn't have a car. Like, there was no car available, so my sister-in-law had to come over and get us. And yeah, if she didn't do that, we would have had to probably evacuate on foot. So, yeah. That's just like, if anything like that happens again, I need something. Tate says, I'm with you, man. Been struggling to get to appointments. Yeah, and it sucks. You get older and you gotta go to all of these different appointments for things. So, yeah, so that's what this is all about. This isn't even like, I want to get a car so I can drive to Las Vegas or Universal Studios or something. It's just, no, I just need a car so I can live. That's all. Nothing special. Alright, let me take a look at this again. Okay, so he did scale them down and then move them down, so it's like, oh, come back here. You see exactly how he did that. Okay, by bigger he just meant longer. Giggity. Would that be extrude? No, that would create a new set of geometry if I did it that way. It's like scale Z? No. Whoops. Let me undo that. No, not that. Redo that. I just need to not be in this mode. I need to be, there we go, in regular mode there. Regular show. Oh, and I need to be back in edit mode. Yeah, just like that. Oh my god, why is this so freaking difficult? Okay, so he scaled them inward. Inward. Okay. Kind of like that. Okay, okay. No. Is it scale, shift Z? Nope. Oh, it's just like grab, but it's like S, G. Oh! Well, I feel stupid. Oh my god. Okay. That was... I don't know why that was so difficult. Okay, where in the world was that? Did he, like, move that? No, it was just down there. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like about there, or yeah, okay, that looks more or less correct. Looks a bit longer than the tutorial leg, but once again, not... Oh, whoops, I skipped ahead. Go back. Okay, now we're back to where we needed to be. Want me to link you to a tutorial that helped me make my model? Sure, go ahead, yeah. Like, you and Jax and other people have come along and it'd be like, hey, you should check out this information. I'm like, sure. I'll check that out. I'll check it out after the stream. But yeah, go right ahead and then I'll bookmark it and then I'll check it out later. Okay, so basically... Oh, no, wait, that'll select too much. Oh, snap, hold on, I'm not in. Oh, jeez. I gotta come out of here and I gotta see what that was. Ah, a cheer of 10 bits from Michihano. Thank you so much. And sent. Thank you, Jor. Low poly character. Creating stylized low poly characters in Blender. Nice. Okay, yeah. I'm going to bookmark this. I need to create a new bookmarks file that's solely themed around and dedicated to like Blender stuff, because I have a bunch of stuff just saved and I have not organized it. It's just all just a bunch of different stuff. But thank you, Jor. And Mitchie, thank you so much. Let me give you a shout out on Twitch. There's Twitch. Work lurking. Okay, well, thank you. I'm still going to give you a shout out. Shout out Michihano. There we go. Really appreciate the 10 bits. Thank you. It's all going to go towards the car down payment. That is the goal. The goal is $3,000. I've already saved $200, and I'm going to keep saving each and every month. If people want to help, you know, donate towards the goal, they are... I would appreciate it, but you don't have to. And every time I save a little more money, I'm going to update the donation goal. George cheered 10 more bits. Thank you so very much. I'll have to wait a second to give you a shout out, my friend, but thank you. It's all gonna help. In fact, I'll even show you guys the car that I intend on getting. Because why the heck not? Let me pause the timer for just a moment. Oh, actually, I need to bring this up in Google Chrome. Because for some reason, the link will not work in... it won't work in Opera, and it won't work in Microsoft, so whatever. Yep, this'll do. So yep, I plan on getting the Toyota RAV4. It doesn't have to be brand spanking new. And I think by the time I get it, the 2026 model will already be out, so I'll either get a 2025 or a 2024, depending on what's available. And I have a relative who is a mechanic and apparently will be able to get me a deal. And then we'll do like some sort of financing option. But yeah, you know, this will help me to be able to, you know, not only just drive myself around, but also to help take my mom to her appointments, and she can use her power chair, because I plan on getting an attachment for the car to transport her power wheelchair. And yeah, so that's the goal. That's what I'm saving towards. And every single donation and paid subscription and super chat and all that stuff will go towards the goal. Plus, I'm saving my own money each and every month from my job as being my mom's caregiver to get this. And then when I actually get this, I will make a vlog and, you know, show that I've got it, and thanking all you guys for you know, your help and your care to help me get this. So that's the goal, and yep, very practical. And Mitchie says nice and hype. And Mitchie says hello to Jor, and Joe says yo. What's this? What text do I have? I got a text on the phone. Oh, okay, that's for something else. Okay, let's go ahead and get this off screen. And then we'll start the timer back up. And back to the tutorial. Okay, I see what's going on here. Alright. So we're kind of doing the same thing here. So let's see, I think that was just grab. Oh, hold on. Actually, it was scale inwards like that. And then grab. So it just about touches the foot. I think this needs to come down a bit. Just grab and bring that down some, so it's just about touching. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, modeling a very basic leg. That's all that this lesson is about. And then we're going to add bones, and then we're going to do weight painting on this as well. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit F11. Oh, darn it. Skipped ahead again. Okay, I think we're back to where I'm supposed to be. 1 minute and 51 seconds into this 12-minute... Yeah, I think this is going to be the only tutorial that we're going to do for today's lesson, which is fine, because we're already an hour in, and some of these lessons get very involved. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lessons in this set. And then we're going to move on to a basic human rig is the next section. So, very nice. Okay, so... Oh, well, it's supposed to be in object mode anyway. So, we got ourselves a nice boxy looking leg. Ready to kick some booty. Alright, now it's time to add bones according to the lesson. Let me move this because this is kind of getting in the way. Tate says, by the way, you're helping me get work done, Trapp, working on my own stuff while listening to you. Oh, hey, I'm happy to hear that. Honestly, I'm kind of... I was inspired a little bit to do this by what I saw another streamer whom I really respect. Her name is Tara, and she is a music composer. She's worked on video games, and she still does her own stuff. I've played her songs before on my channel when I was doing my Indie Monday live streams. And she would do, like, work streams like this where it was like, hey, I'm gonna work on my stuff, you should work on your stuff too, and we'll kind of work together. So, Tara, I don't know if you're watching, but thank you for the inspiration. You're great, and you know I want to hire you for some projects someday. But that's gonna be a bit of a ways off. We'll see. But anyways, Tate, I'm happy to hear that, and I hope things are going well with your stuff. Yeah, I've thought about doing that kind of stream. I mean, so far it's worked out well for me, because I've tried to do stuff like this on my own before, and I just never got very far. But doing this in the live streaming format just... I don't know, it helps. It's like I'm going to work each day, and you guys get to see what kind of work that I'm trying to do, and what it is that I'm working towards. Making slow progress. Yeah, and then, you know, like, you put it all together. Like, I plan on doing a compilation video showing what I've done over the first 7 days of working in Blender. And then, you know, you see, like, what it is. It'll be a short video because all of the videos that I've made are, like, 2 to 3 seconds long. But it's just like, hey, this is me trying to work in Blender. I'm 39 years old. I've always loved animation. And now I'm trying to do it. Oh, and YouTube cuts over you with an ad. No. Never too late to learn something new. Yeah, and that's the whole point. And I've seen so many posts about, like, hey, Tolkien was over 40 years old before he started working on Lord of the Rings, so you're doing just fine. And, you know, I don't regret a single moment of my life to doing other things that I know are meaningful. Like, you know, I'm a caregiver for my mom. I helped to raise my nieces because their parents had to work, and I was happy to do it. Lord Gillian! And yes, he is the king of tolls, Tolkien. Welcome. I just saw your post on Twitter, and I just liked it and reposted it, and I'll check that out later. But here I am today, working on a leg. That's why today's stream is called Legging It Out. Okay, where am I? What am I doing? Alright, so I guess we're gonna go over here. And then we're gonna... Ow! That was weird. I just had a twinge of pain in my eye. Ugh. Well, that's over and done with. "15 minutes, 522 views. Nice! I hope that video continues to do good for you. Shame that YouTube separates shorts viewership so it won't count towards watch time. I think they released a new, like an update about what views do on shorts, but I don't remember off the top of my head because I didn't read it. I'm just like, yeah, this doesn't apply to me. But still, hey, people are watching it. And hopefully they'll come back and they'll watch the next D&D stream that we'll be doing, I guess, next Saturday. Trapp's all like, I ain't reading that TOS. Worthless. Exactly. POS, TOS. Now that should be on a shirt. Okay, so let me... I think I need to go to the side view here, kind of zoom in here. So today we're adding bones to a leg. At least I'm about to if I don't keep getting interrupted. Hold on, I'm just responding to this text that I received. That. Delete! Delete! What the heck? It wasn't that long ago. Sorry guys, hold on. In fact, let me hit the be right back screen while I take care of this, because nothing's happening right now. Reading that like TOS, more like POS, am I right? You are, in fact, right. The heck is... Oh, there it is. Okay. Probably get a response to that soon. Gillian says, we playing Lord of the Rings online next Thursday. My only concern is how easy it is for new characters on solo. Never mind group play. It might take a few nights before we get to content that's any challenge for us. Yeah, I don't mind. I only played Lord of the Rings online once, I think, and it was to try to play with you and Jen. So yeah, I don't mind. I'll probably play as a dwarf again, or maybe just pick up my same character from before. That should be fun. Okay, now let's see if we can actually add some bony bones. A dwarf? What business does a man, an elf, and a dwarf have in the Riddermark? Speak quickly! Give me your name, Horsemaster, and maybe I'll give you mine. I would cut off your head, dwarf, if it stood but a little higher from the ground. You would die before your stroke fell! Sorry, now I'm quoting Lord of the Rings. Getting me distracted! Right, okay, so Shift A. Nope, I said Shift A. And then we add armature, and then there's the bony bone. Let's see, what did it say? Object data properties? Oh, that's this. Viewport display, and then in front, I assume. Yep. And now we can see the bony bone a bit better. What business do a man, an elf, and a dwarf have hanging out together? Stick to your own kind! Am I right? And then that's when Gimli calls Éomer a horse master. Never mind. A person who likes male horses a lot. Oh, it's almost 3:30. Alright, and then we go to side. No, wait. That's front orthographic view. I think side view is... Well, yeah. Now that changed my VTuber, so I will quickly go over here and hit 1. There we go, and now he's back to normal. Right. Yep, right orthographic view, armature. And then edit mode. There we go. Now that's showing up a bit more. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Zoom out a bit. Select the whole bone. G to grab, and then move it to the top. Looks like about there. And the top of the bone. G to grab, and then we kind of move it down here, and then it becomes the knee. Or the knee joint. very clever. And then that becomes the ankle. Looks like about there. Okay, I need to zoom in a bit. And then E to extrude, and then that becomes the toesies. About, yeah, I think about there. No, it's a bit shorter. Because I think there's going to be another bone for the toes. Just trying to make sure I do this correctly. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's exactly what that is. More along here. Let me zoom in a bit more. I guess he said it didn't matter that much if it overlapped. Okay, and now to label. Kind of zoom out here. Oh. F2. Upper leg. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to move that a bit. That's kind of coming out of the leg. Well, I'll move it in a bit. Okay. Lower leg. And then call that one foot. And then the last one will be toes. Okay. And then we can take a look at the armature up here. And yeah, there's all of that. And then all of them are connected to each other. In a circle, in a hoop that never... Okay, actually, this one does end. It ends with the toes. Sorry, Pocahontas. Holy smokes, we got a lot of people watching, apparently. 14, I suppose, on X. 3 on YouTube. 2 on Twitch. And there's no number shown for Kick. But according to the Restream chat app, we got 20 people watching. So, thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you for coming along with me on this journey, even if you're just lurking around. And Gillian, I don't know if you're still here, but I did see all of the messages that you posted, you know, that you sent to me personally about D&D, and then in our group chat. My focus right now has been on Blender, but I will take a look at everything that you sent, especially the advice about what to do for leveling up my D&D character. So yeah, thanks for taking the time to write all of that, and I will check that out. Don't worry, I won't blow off everything that you wrote like those POS, TOS messages. Okay, what do we do next? Oh, first I'll put the timer back on. Whoa! Oh, jeez, I thought another lesson was about to play. That would have been bad. Okay, so we go back to object mode, and we're just doing a whole lot of naming right now. Alright, so basically naming them the same thing. Alright, I'm just going to do one thing real quick first before the next part of this, which is to join these objects together. So I noticed this could come back a little ways. Let me see if I can do that. G, X. Oh, wait, I probably have to be in edit mode for that. I don't know. Actually, it's not going to let me move the bones at all. Can't move them forward or backwards. Alright, you know what? I'm just not going to worry about it. I don't think it's going to affect what I'm doing in trying to, like, you know, do the weight painting and all of that. So, you know, it's not perfect. I'll just leave it as is. And sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I know, but I kind of want it to look as close to the tutorial as possible. But I also have to remember this is my doing this for the first time, so it's just not going to be... It's not going to look as good. But I try. I try my best, gosh darn it. It says 14 views, so... Okay. Right, the tutorial itself. Okay, so it's being recommended that I save this work. So go over here and we'll save it as leg bone. 4, 10, 25. Oh yeah, and I do have Sonic and Shadow models that I could also show you guys. So I might do that in a bit. Maybe after we finish the tutorial. just to see what they would look like in Goo Engine. So, non-uniform scales. No, we're in edit mode. Object mode. And then we hit in. And then he's an item. Okay, so Control A and apply scale. Alright. Okay, and he also wants me to be in side view, or rather front view. Let me go back over here. There we go. Alright, shift select armature. So that would be what? Shift. Oh! That was just everything. Let me do that again. This, 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 and then... Oh, whoops. A little too far back. Okay, shift select armature. Whoops. Nope. Maybe it's Control A? Nope. Hold on. Just making sure they're the last selected objects. Shift select. Okay, I think that's everything. And then Control P. And then with automatic weights. I hope I did that correctly. Alright. Control Tab. Alright, yep, that seemed to work. Gonna kick you in the face! Wham! There we go. Alright, so that worked. Toes. I was gonna name them Toesies, but I was just like, eh. Looky 'em grippers, yeah. Welcome, Thunderfix. Welcome to the stream on Twitch. Appreciate you watching. I'm following along a Blender tutorial course called Learn to Rig and Animate Models and Characters in Blender for All Skill Levels. And, oh, thank you for the follow. So this is what I'm following along with. I know, like, what I have in Blender isn't as precise as the instructor. But yeah, sounds fun. Yeah, I'm trying to learn Blender 3D so I can make a 3D anime video. Oh, Riot! Hey, I did not see you there. Forgive me. Welcome as well. Oh, right, and I forgot to give Jor a shout-out because both Jor and Michihano donated bits to me. And you guys can see I have a goal on screen to save up for a down payment on a car, but that's a different subject. I'll come back to that. But the main purpose for today's stream is, of course, learning Blender. This is officially 8 days. It's been more than 8 days in real life, but, you know, some days I haven't been able to get to these tutorials. But yes, today is day 8, and I'm going to make a compilation video soon showing what I've done so far. Maybe I'll throw on the Linkin Park song, What I've Done. Right, so let me give a shout out to, let's see, I don't know if he's still here. I hope he is. Jor's not here. He must have dipped out. Curse you, Jor, go! I was gonna give you a shout out. Oh well. But yeah, welcome. Usually this channel was originally built on playing games, but my focus now is on creating new content, new videos, all sorts of stuff. So yes, welcome anyone who has come along recently. Okay, where are we? So I hope everyone is doing good. Anyone who's coming in, I hope you're having a good day. And if you're working on something, then maybe you could work along as I'm trying to learn this. Those who are not recent are not welcome then. Exactly. They can just get right out. And don't come back. But please do come back because I value you and I appreciate you. But if not, then go! But then come back, please. Looks like we're at the end of the Fast Racing Neo soundtrack. Yeah, I have a very silly and absurd sense of humor, and that goes into everything that I do. Riot says, I'm working on driving home. Ma'am, do not text and drive, but thank you for being here. But yes, please drive home safely. Oh yes, don't text and drive, everybody. That's dangerous. I just want you all to get home safely so you can do whatever it is that you like to do. Speaking of doing stuff, what the heck am I doing? Oh yes, and as I always say, for anyone who is brand new, I'm not going to show the tutorial. You won't even hear the audio from it because it's paid content from the website Udemy and Game Dev TV. So all you're going to see is me following along on the tutorial itself. And I'm going to have to switch soundtracks here in a moment because we're coming to the end of the current one that I'm playing. So let's do that. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Right, says, I'm not, I'll be good. And Thunder says, yeah, texting and driving is dangerous, but drinking and driving is totally fine. Oh yeah. That's why the police always set up those traffic stops for people who are under the influence. They're not there to actually arrest people. They're there just to, you know, join in and have fun. Instead of being like, sir, are you drinking tonight? It's like, sir, what have you been drinking tonight? Can I have some? Let me have some of that. And then we'll just look the other way. Ah, that's why Jorgogo dipped out. He's playing a game! I'll give him some crap later for dipping out on my stream before I could give him a shout out. Nah, it's, sir, have you been texting recently? And then followed up by, sir, does your partner or spouse have a certain big part of their form? And can I see? Let me see the dinner! Let me see that. Yep. That's what the traffic stops are really about. Oh yeah, you're gonna hear me say a lot of sus stuff around here. I call myself the Lord of the Thick. You know, THICC. In fact, I have emotes. What kind of stops are you seeing? The fun kind. So yep, I have... Where is that emote? There we go. I got thick, extra thick, hype. And I'll just throw in all my emotes. Why the heck not? This is the stuff you'll see if you ever become a channel subscriber. And then some of those emotes are free, of course, because, you know, I gotta give some freebies. But yes. I usually introduce myself by saying, I am Alexander Trapp. Yes, Trapp is my real last name. I am the Lord of the Thick, and I play games badly for your entertainment. But we are not playing games today. We are learning. So you should have access to some of those emotes. I forget which ones I made free. Okay, back to the lesson. I'm going to put the timer back on. And of course, you know, if you have anything to say, I will address it in chat, because I like chatting with my chat. It makes things lively and lovely. I always lose track of the tutorial. There it is. God, we're not even halfway through this yet. Yep, we have tested out the rig. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're at 0 rotation. Actually, they do have... Oh, actually, no, that's fine. Because even on the tutorial, it says rotation at 1. Oh, actually... Okay, so Alt-R. There we go. Now that's at 1. That is. So is that. And that is 2. Okay, we're good to go. Alright. Oop, someone else has followed. What's happening? I can't see. Jose Pika XD? Jose Pika XD. Well, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and thank you for the follow. I think I've reached my follower goal follower goal now! Trapp sounding like a raunchy trucker was not on my bingo this evening. What? What do you mean? Wait, where is it? I have no idea what you're talking about. None at all. Hi, Schweebs. Welcome to the stream on YouTube. Thank you for being here. She says, woohoo! I managed to catch a blending stream. Yes, you have. Thank you for being here. I also have a new goal, a donation goal to save up for a down payment for a car. Jose says, hey, you say it right. By the way, I'm learning to rig in Blender. Hey, best of luck on your journey. Let me show you which tutorial I'm learning from. Let me bring this up here. So this is called Learn to Rig and Animate Models and Characters in Blender for All Skill Levels. Blender 4 compatible. The version of Blender that I'm using is called Goo Engine because it's used to make 3D anime, which is what I'm trying to make. But, you know, I gotta start with the fundamentals first. So, that's what I'm trying to do. Riot says, hey, Shweeby. Shweeby says, hey, Riot. And then Riot says, ooh, do you have a specific car in mind? Yes, I do. I just need to bring back up Google Chrome. Because if I try to show this in Opera or Microsoft's browser, Microsoft Edge, it just... I don't know why it doesn't work, but it doesn't. So, hold on. I should just probably leave this up the entire time. Just a sec. Oh, there it is. It just comes right up. Yeah, here it is. So, I want to get the Toyota RAV4. And like I said earlier, it's not even to, like, go on vacations or anything. This is just so I can go to the grocery store, go to the doctor's office. Nothing specific. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to save up for. Looks like these are the only ones that are in this particular dealer. But yep, so the down payment is for $3,000. I'm saving up every month myself. So even if no one donates towards the donation goal, you know, I'm gonna be saving money. But if people do want to help, you know, you can always help through super chats or paid subscriptions on Twitch or becoming a channel member on YouTube or donating through my Streamlabs donation goal, which I'll just go ahead and bring up right here and then bring over here. And then any amount that gets donated goes directly to me. Whereas, like, if you donate through YouTube, you know, that I have to wait for the payout. But I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, this would be the preferred way because then your donation will show up on screen and it'll go directly towards filling up the bar. Axel says, hi, Riot. Shweeby says, looks awesome. Axel says, I still don't know what to get for my first car. You mean, what car to get? Well, I mean, that just depends on your, like, what it is that you need and want to do. The only reason I want to get an SUV in particular is to help transport my mom's power chair to and from doctor's appointments. That'll work a lot better than getting, like, a regular, like, 4-door sedan, which sits a bit lower to the ground. A pickup truck sits too high, and that makes it very difficult for my mom to get into the car, whereas an SUV is just right. It's that Goldilocks zone of just right. So, that's what I want, and eventually I'll get there. Like I said, if no one donates, I should be able to save up enough by about the end of the year. But if people do donate, maybe we can speed up the process a little bit. Riot says, cool, I have a Toyota as well. Not the same model, but it's always been reliable. Yep, Toyota has made very reliable vehicles for decades. We had a Camry, like this white Camry that we used to drive, and yep, that served for a good long time. And then the car that I learned to drive in was a Camry, but I believe that was from the year 2008. So, like, I don't even need a brand new car. My intention is, like, I'll get the car maybe at the end of the year, and then Toyota will probably have out their 2026 models. So, yeah, doesn't need to be brand spanking new, it just needs to be functional. I've always preferred function over fashion, anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna take this down. And get back to it. Hold on, I gotta rewind this slightly. Oh yeah, we're in pose mode. That's why this is a bit off. There we go. Okay. Okay, so select armature. There we go. Okay, so that's... Oh, here we go. Okay, then... Why is this so wide? Shrink that a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we come back here. Control left click. Oh, that's right. On Goo Engine, it's Alt left click. There we go. Gotta remember that. Small differences. Jose said, my grandpa gifted me an old car for my birthday. He says I need to take care of it till I can ride in my... Oh, okay, so then you can drive it, like, for your 18th birthday. Well, that's good. And then, yeah, he wants you to ride in, I guess, so you can kind of get used to how it feels. Riot says... I hope you reach your goal quickly, Trapp, so you can have a reliable means of transportation. Thanks, I hope so too. I hope I can get it before any other crisis happens. I said earlier that one of the reasons why I'm even doing this is, you know, we had that emergency here in my city a few weeks ago where we had to evacuate, and my mom and I didn't have a car, and my sister-in-law had to come pick us up. And if she hadn't, we would have been in a very, very bad place. So I'm extremely grateful to my sister-in-law for helping us with that. So besides just even getting from point A to point B, you know, we need a car in case there's any emergencies and we have to leave quickly. So yeah, at the rate I'm going, it'll take me about 8 months. So I hope and pray nothing happens before that. It's a Renault Gordini? I'm not familiar with that kind of car. Let me look that up real quick. Control C. Ah, that's more of an older model. I mean, hey, if it works. That looks like something out of the 1960s. Very stylish. Here, let me show you what he's talking about. I wonder if it's in one of those colors that, like that burgundy or that kind of blue. Maybe it's a different color. But yeah, very nice. Okay, then it says choose one of the vertices. I'm just following along with the tutorial right now. Oh, actually, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I need to go check on my mom. So enjoy the music till I come back. I'm back. Everything's okay. My mom was just... she's talking to an old friend of hers who's a family friend as well. So, everything's good. I haven't talked with her a little bit. This friend of my mom's, I've known since I was a very small child. So, her and my mom are of a similar age. Oh my goodness, Riot, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Well, $5 for your car, sir. Thank you. Axel says, man, I wish I had money. Well, hey, watching the stream, there's ads on this stream, so even just watching this stream, you know, earns me a few cents. So, it all helps. No one has to donate to the goal. It's there if you can. You know, don't send money beyond your means. Like, if you need that $5 or anything, you hold on to that and you use that for yourself. But, you know, if you can, then great. And if you can't, then don't worry about it, because I will be saving up money as well. But Riot, thank you so very much for the donation. You are super. Axel says, so how's your job been? Riot says, been hard, looking up though. Axel says, that's nice to hear, and then okay. Riot says, I know, it's not much, but I hope it helps you inch closer to getting a car sooner. I myself am saving up for an apartment. Well, Riot, thank you for, you know, that's a big bite out of your budget, you know, you trying to help me. But I appreciate it. It all helps, and yes, it's all going to go towards the same goal. And I will keep you guys updated every time I save a bit more money. And like when the YouTube payout goes out, whenever that eventually is. I think I have like $33 so far for my YouTube payout, and the threshold for getting a payout is $100. That'll help. And then in a few weeks, I'll be doing the 9th anniversary live stream of this channel. And believe me, I'm going to keep the donation link up. So yeah, it was my iTunes money. It's okay. Oh, well, thank you, Riot. That really does mean a lot. Thank you. Axel says to Riot, good luck on finding a place to stay, Miss Riot. And Riot says, thank you, Axel. And thank you all, once again, for being here and for watching. Alright, let's continue onward. Like I said, this is going to be the only tutorial that I do for today. I'm just going to write a little message here. Okay. Now back to this. So we're about halfway through the tutorial. It's 12 minutes and 40 seconds. And we've spent... How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours and 11 minutes. So we've been slowly making progress. Okay, go into edit mode, choose one of the vertices. Is that on the bone? No, I think that's on the cube. So this one here. Yeah, so let's go down here. I can't see chat currently, so I'll take a look back in a moment. Okay, so now I'm supposed to look at all of these vertices, these dots that you see, and make sure that they all have a weight unit of 1, and no more than that. Yeah, so far so good. back to object mode. Riot says you are closer to getting your big booba and booty waifu. Just need the hips and another leg. Truly. I'm sure that's where the mirror modifier will probably come in on some aspect, you know, to like, you know, we have one leg here. You imagine that there's another leg and equal distance apart, and, you know, modeling the rest of the body. There is a tutorial on modeling characters, but this is all about, you know, this is all about animation. And like I said, when I'm done with the lesson, I'm going to show you guys the 3D models that I have downloaded and that I have access to, and what I hope to eventually do. Shweeby says, "Oh my," and Riot says, "And then you will have a butt." That is the goal. From blocks to booba and blocks to booty. Oh yeah. Extra thick, as Aku would say. Ooh, I like this song. It's kind of jazzy. Oh, hold on. What did he say in the tutorial? Alright, now we click on the bony bone again. We need the lower leg armature. That's the upper leg. That's the lower leg. Is that in the armature or is that the cube? No, that's the cube. I think that's alt. Or no, I think that's only in pose mode or weight paint mode that I need that. Riot says, "Oh yes, I'm finally getting on the schedule I'm supposed to be on at my job in another week. 12-hour days at max, but only work 2 days in a row. And once this new hire gets trained, every 2 weeks I will only need to work 2 days in an entire week." That's awesome. Well, I hope that works out. I hope everything goes accordingly so that you can do that, so, you know, you're not just tired the entire week and you can do other stuff like your Riot Kitty Cafe. Are you going to be doing another one of those this week? Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think I've got it now. Ooh, I feel a sneeze coming on. And it went away, so no sneeze. Riot says, "Me too, I've almost made it past my probationary period." Oh yeah, you mentioned that last time. Yep, each day gets you that much closer. You can make it. Riot says, "Not this week, but in 2 weeks. I've decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a birthday live stream." Ah, good idea. Sounds fantastic. Alright, so we're going to go into weight paint. Oh, but I don't have that one selected. Let's see, so that's Alt, left click. There we go. But this one's red, so maybe that's an issue? Oh, okay. So, control left click. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. There we go. So, yeah. I guess that's where it was meant to be. To be or not to be.
That's good, but it's got a little bit. I'll press Control F6. That's good, but it's got a little bit of discrepancy down here. That's the bit that's affected by the foot bone. And let's control the foot bone. Again, and incidentally, you can see the names of the bone here and the names of the mesh. If I control click on the foot bone, you can see the foot bone there, and then the lower leg mesh there. Just in case you weren't sure what you were selecting. So I'll select the leg bone again, and I'll go to the snip mode. So we've got the brush tool up here, and that's the main one. We've got the amount of weight here. So if I paint with this brush in this corner here, you should see it go there.
Okay, so now he's got the radius here set at 50. Not to 50! That's a Princess Bride reference. Oh, sorry, Riot. I was not looking at chat. Let me see over here what you got. And completely off topic, Luna Lights are my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype, and this morning I noticed a segment on like this Yu-Gi-Oh! Live stream thing called Guess the New Card Luna Light Animal Quiz with the VA of the character who used Luna Lights in the Arc 5 or Arc V anime character acting for the segment, and I'm like, you wouldn't theme an entire segment around an archetype with the user of the deck only to not reveal new cards for that archetype, would you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Game show? Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game show. I'm sorry, Riot. This is something that's outside my wheelhouse, so I don't know exactly what Luna Lights are. Forgive me! If you're gonna talk Yu-Gi-Oh, you're gonna probably have to talk with Trickster, because or Zach. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. Me, I am completely lost. Like, what the fudge is that? Shweeby says, I love that movie. The Mawage speech is one of my favorite quotes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love Princess Bride so much. Bride says, it's okay, forgive my ramblings. Hey, you need to vent. You gotta talk about these things. So, I appreciate you, at least sharing that with me. There it is. Mawage. I think even people who haven't seen Princess Bride, can recognize that because it's just so iconic. Axel says, anything else you plan on doing on your birthday? To Riot. And then Shreeby says, inconceivable! Riot says, you have seen the Luna Light before, though. It's my profile pic. Well, I didn't know that's what that was. I just thought, oh, that's an anime thing. I'm shrugging right now. I'm sorry. I am not the right person to discuss Yu-Gi-Oh! Things with. I'm teasing you, sorry. How dare you? Let me try and find the right emote for this. I am so upset. How dare you do this? I don't know the first thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of, like, the season that was shown on Kids WB with Koiba and all of them, and Wheeler, and the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Mokuba. That's all I know. Anything beyond that, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not upset anymore. Shweeby says, I totally relate. I'm so out of the loop with the animes. Haven't really dabbled in it for the last 8 years. I mean, I could recommend a couple. They're not current, but they're still really good if you haven't seen them. But they have come out at least within the past few years, so it's not that hot stuff that all of the kids are currently watching and posting about on TikTok and all that. It's just, oh yeah, that was good. That was a nice one. So it says we should see this turning red, but this entire thing is red. Yeah, that's not affecting anything, honestly. I guess that must be one of the differences in Goo Engine and Blender properly. Because you guys can see up here at the top, or maybe you can't, it says Blender 4.1 Goo Engine. So this is not exactly Blender, but it's a version of it. Right, says, I'm the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Weeb in the chat. No! Well, it's alright. We all have our specific tastes. You know, mine is Godzilla and Sonic and Star Wars and other stuff. Shreepy says, really, the only newer ones that really caught my eye is Apothecary Diaries and Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Both seem really good. I've heard of Apothecary Diaries because I think I saw some people like posting some stuff about it on Twitter, as well as, you know, people doing character drawings and Rule 34 stuff. I mean, what? You didn't hear a goddamn thing from me. But anyway. Yeah, so that's all I know. And then the other one about the campfire cooking, I don't know. I know nothing. Shweeby says, I did so. You didn't hear a thing. No one heard a thing. And you can't prove it. Even though there's audio-visual proof. But you can't prove it. What is that leg doing? Right now, it's just selected, and it's showing that the bone is influencing that leg. That's why it's red. Whereas if I click over here on this leg, it shows, like, this bone here doesn't have any influence on this bone down here. That's why it's in blue. So, I guess in this case, blue is stop and red is go. Riot says, I reached the Skypiea arc of One Piece, so I'm like in the 130s range of the entire anime. Oh my god, I forgot. One Piece has like 1,000 episodes, doesn't it? Like over 1,000. I would have to just devote all of my time to just watching it just to try and even catch up. Riot says, what characters have you looked up under that tag? Rule 34? I'll give you a couple, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. Rogue, from X-Men, Chun-Li, Tifa, Ada Wong, basically all of the Resident Evil ladies. Cammy from Street Fighter. Basically all the Street Fighter ladies. You could say I'm a fan of Capcom. And then anything else is just kind of incidental, and I don't remember right off the top of my head. The only thing I know about One Piece is that it's really, really, really long. Yeah, and I've heard the, almost said HBO. I've heard the Netflix adaptation is really good. No! Shweeby, no, don't do it! Why did you clip that moment? Alright, let's hear it. Let me stop the music for a second just so I can hear this. And I'll even turn back on desktop audio for just a moment. Really good. I've heard of Apothecary Diaries because I think I saw some people like posting some stuff about it on Twitter, as well as, you know, people doing character drawings and Rule 34 stuff. I mean, what? You didn't hear a goddamn thing from me. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Alright, you got me. I may have said a word and a certain number. But that's it. I said nothing else. Axel says, so what is even the One Piece? And Shweeby says, wah, ha, ha, ha. Darn it. I hate it when people actually pay attention to me. And Riot says, lol, and Shweeby's putting on them sunglasses like, deal with it. How dare. How very dare. Alright, so back to these leg shenanigans. Where are we even in this tutorial? Like, how far are we into it? I know we've got to be, like, more than halfway now. Where did I even put it? I misplaced it! Oh, tutorial! Where are you? Is it in its own window? Oh, don't tell me I clicked off of it. Oh, I probably did. Great. I gotta go and find it again. Well, no big deal. Hold on. Let me get back to this. I gotta bring back my bookmarks so I can go back to Udemy. Go back here. Hopefully the lesson is just where I left off. Oh. Oh, good. Good, it is. Okay, great. Alright, so I can click that back off, and there we go. Insert super smug face. You know what? I'm not gonna... No, I can't say that. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna help the next time we play Donkey Kong Country 2. Because you just want to be all super smug. And why did I turn into Jerry Seinfeld? I don't know. Wait, what's the deal with people paying attention? Like, I don't get it. They're always on their phones, but then all of a sudden they look up and then they notice something. Alright, that's enough of that. But yes, I will help in Donkey Kong Country 2, and I'm really looking forward to playing it again. Then we shall stay in one spot for... Fine! We'll just turn it into a chatting stream with, like, the game as background music and just be like, hi, how you do? Oh! The perfect level to do that in is... Sticker Brush, or Sticker Bush, either or, Symphony. I think we already passed that. But we could go back to it and just stay in one spot, not play the level, and then just chat with chat. And I guarantee you, we would probably still have a good time. The one with the vines? Yes. Yes, indeed. The vines and the great music that causes lots of philosophical discussion. We would have a fantastic time with that. Like, it's DKC2, but we don't actually play the game. 100% true. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna try to go back to the lesson, but this has been hilarious. Oh, the sound is muted. Unmute sound, please. There we go. So we're supposed to be doing weight painting, and this, like, I guess you could imagine this as the actual, like, leg and muscle and all that stuff. And it's supposed to turn red from the painting, but it's already red. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do here. I'm still going to follow along and do my best. But, I guess this is the problem of using a different version of Blender from the one that's being used to teach. There's certain small differences. Because Blender... Ooh, excuse me. Coffee burp. Because Blender, it in of itself, is really supposed to make, like, hyper-realistic animations, and you're gonna have stuff like muscle and things like that. Whereas this is for 3D anime, and I don't think hyper-realism really plays into that. It's more stylization and, you know, trying to make things look, well, like an anime. And with anime specifically, you know, you could... Well, I mean, all animation. You can play with a lot of different aspects of anatomy so that it doesn't completely obey the laws of physics. See jiggle physics. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to follow along here and do my best.
Try not to get the strength of the brush confused with the weight of the brush. The strength is kind of like the flow of the...
Yeah, again, I just, so let's just, like, take the strength of the brush down to 1. That's a little below 1. There we go. 101 Dalmatians. And the radius of the brush is at 50 pixels here, but 50 pixels here is gigantic. So that's another one of the differences between... Here, I'm actually going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So you can, you know, sort of see what it is that I'm making reference to. Like, look at this. So this is the tutorial, and he's like, you got to weight paint this until it all, you know, it turns red, right? And then we come out of this and, you know, drag this... Oh, well, great, that just did that. And then look at this. This is Goo Engine, and it's already red. So, yeah, I don't know. So, we just gotta follow along. Okay, so then he says, click down here, and then there's supposed to be a difference in color. Like, this is supposed to be, like, partially green. There's greenage here, but here in Goo Engine, it's just blue. So, this bone is not affecting this bone. I don't know. Okay, so now he's saying go into edit mode, Control Tab, go there. Are we selected on any of the bones? We should be. Yeah, lower leg is at... They're still at a weight of 1, so the weight hasn't changed. Vertex weights. Go down here. I think the entire armature is selected. Yeah, that says lower leg. Yeah, it still says lower leg. It's not letting me select, like, foot. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta rewind a bit. Okay, so go to Options. Okay, then go Auto Normalize. Okay. Okay, so now he wants to click on this bone, rotate. It still looks fine from when we did this earlier. So we'll right click to undo that. I guess hit Alt R. That says set rotation. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Alright, so now back to object mode. Control Tab. Object mode. Says choose armature. Let me see what he did exactly. Well, we're almost done. There's only 2 minutes left in this tutorial. And then once we're done, we're gonna just go ahead and end the stream. And then I'll post the results later. There's not gonna be like a video this time. It's just gonna be a... Hold on, I'll be right back. My mom's trying to get my attention. Enjoy the music. Okay, I'm back. Thank you all for waiting. Let's see if you guys have said anything. Nope, no other messages. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I don't think there's going to be that much more for me to do because it seems like the weight painting is sort of like automatically done in Goo Engine, which makes it a bit different from normal Blender 3D. So thank you, Shweeby. And yeah, let's go ahead and just finish this out. There's only like 2 minutes left in this tutorial, so I don't even know what I'm going to be doing. Hold on a second. I'm trying to select this foot. Let's see. We are in weight paint mode. Let me go to object mode real quick and just kind of select this. There we go. And then go to weight paint. Oh, wow. There's actually some differences here. Got a little bit of blue, got a little bit of green, yellow, and red. Now that is something I was not expecting. Oh, wow. Wait, how far are we supposed to go here? Why can't I select this? Hold on a second. Oh, maybe I can just do it this way since it's giving me a little trouble. Click armature. Okay, now that one's selected. Now I can select these. Oh, because we're in pose mode. That's why I can select it. Guess I gotta learn the differences. So let's see. Now we're in object mode. Oh, well, now we've got nothing selected except that. Let me see something. Okay, armature is selected. Pose mode. Bone. Okay. Go back to object mode. Oh yeah, and that immediately takes me out. Okay, let's see where this wants me to go. Sherbert. Yeah, isn't it? Oh my god, yeah, you got like your, I don't know, like strawberry or cherry, whatever it is, lime. That kind of makes me want that now that it's warmed up a little bit. That's funny. Okay, so we go back up here to tools, and then where did he say to go? Okay, we go to advanced. Wow, this is almost like completely reversed. Well, then again, I don't have any of the bones selected. I think he does? Yeah, he does. He's got the foot bone selected. Back to object mode here. Pose mode, foot bone. Object mode. Bone constraints. No, I don't think we're doing any bone constraints right now. But basically what he wants me to do is paint the heel part of this while this bone is selected. Whoops, that's vertex paint. This is weight paint. There we go. So that's selected, and yeah. So it's like basically this entire, well, now this entire part is, so I wonder how like you unpaint this part, because now this part over here should be blue. I mean, is he on the foot or is he on the toesies? No, he's only on the foot. He's not on the toes. Oh, wait. Are the toes slightly rotated? Hold on a second. No, there's no rotation there, so that's how they're supposed to look. Yeah, I've got like the complete opposite. Like the heel should, well, I guess the heel is going to be red, and then this part over here should be blue. Okay. Oh. Maybe that's what that does. It kind of like undoes it. And then doing it like this. Like you did, yeah. Oh, so that's kind of how you undo it. It's kind of reversed. In normal Blender, it would be Control-click to select something. So, yeah, let's do that. We're making sherbet! Oh, wait. I want to make this red, and then I want to make the heel part blue. There we go. And then... I wish I could just hold this down. Are we almost at the end of this soundtrack? Sounds like we are. Yeah, we're getting kind of close to that. This stream went on much longer than I thought it did. We're at 3 hours just about. Delicious! I know, right? So, let's see. Do I keep... I guess I gotta keep clicking. Trying to get it so that it's a bit sectioned off. So it's like blue, green, red. I mean, that's kind of how it is. I guess you can't rotate in weight paint mode. Let's try object mode. Or pose mode, rather. Alright, and then control tab. Yeah, there's some deformations happening. Well, the foot's kind of sinking in now. Yeah, I need to get back into weight paint mode, and I need to be able to select the bones. Yeah, like he can select the bones. I don't know why I can't. I used to be able just to do it with, like, Alt-Select. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the soundtrack there. Whoops. Sorry about that. Oh, that's getting into, like, Sonic CD music there. Alright, we'll switch the soundtracks one more time. Go over here.
So having a transition like this, a smooth transition, is helpful when you haven't got a completely separate object like we have in the upper one. So you'll see a lot more of this when you read other 2.0. So it looks as if our weight image drops with weights on our object. So let's press Control Tab, go to Object Mode, choose the arm again, and just double check I go into Pose Mode and rotate all the bones around, making sure that we've got a wonderful looking leg. Once you've done that, make sure you save the work ready for next time.
Alright, so the lesson's basically over, but I need to go back and look at the, these tutorials are pretty cool. Like, I might actually look into a course. Definitely. I would suggest, though, if you do, like, actually use regular Blender, not Goo Engine, because there's a lot of, like, slight differences that I'm running into that doesn't follow along with the present course, and it's kind of confusing me a bit. It's not all bad. I mean, actually, that doesn't look too bad, really. You know, there's some deformations happening when you move the bones and all that. So yeah, it looks fine. Let me Control-Z that. So I'm going to save this as like a separate file in case I mess this up and I need to come back and fix this. We'll go save as We'll do leg bone. We'll call it version 2. Yeah, leg bone V2. And all right, I'll try to continue the lesson tomorrow from here because it's like we're basically done. There's really not much else to do. And the next lesson tomorrow is called Animating with FK, which my buddy Trickster taught me is, I think, like, force kinetics? Hold on, let me look at that. FK in Blender. I know IK is... Oh, actually, let me... that just gives me... Let's see. Forward kinetics. Yeah, okay, so I was right. All right, so yeah, we're pretty much done here. And we're going to go ahead and end the stream. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Yeah, this took a while longer than I was expecting. But, you know, you gotta do stuff and learn stuff. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Shweeby says, thanks for streaming. Always appreciate doing that and that you guys are here to watch. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and raid Jor, and I'll make fun of him for leaving my stream. Raid Jor Go-Go. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow afternoon, and we'll pick up from where we left off. So let's go ahead and start that raid. There we go. And thank you guys again for the donations that I received. The Super Chat, Riot, thank you. I will add that to the donation amount, so that'll be like $205. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for being here. May the THICC be with you all. Bye-bye. Oh yes, and thank you all for the new follows as well on Twitch. I reached my follower goal of 770, so I gotta update that goal too. Bye-bye.